guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the second part on the P1 frame. We're going for full on denim today, but the first thing we're going to do is get this frame prepped up ready for the base coat, and if you stick around you'll see what happened to the Suntour forks today to absolutely destroy them forks because they are useless. I'll see you in the first time lapse. Prep is done, and I said in yesterday's video 20 minutes done, and it was probably under that. One 320 disc and it's not even burnt out, and a sponge pad that's about a 600 grit, and this is the finish you're getting. We'll just spray a bit of this on here, just let it run in. You see how flat that is? Ridiculously flat, guys. It sands up so nice, it really does, and with ease. So that's a really nice surface to paint on. So dead easy, dead quick. Yes, you're going to create a little bit of dust, but you do with everything you sand, but it sands up really well. So we're ready to move on to the next stage, and as I said at the beginning, we're doing denim. So I'm going to get set up in here, get some paints mixed up, give this frame a little panel wipe and wipe down and get it all prepared, and then we'll start going through the stages of this denim. So I'll see you in the next step. We are all set up. I've just tried a bit because this has been a long time since I've done this, and it's coming out good. Now the first thing you're going to need to do is, if you're doing this, you need to mix a denim colour up. Now I'm using Golden Eye Flow acrylics. So I've mixed in that blue, which is that one, with some black, and just toned it down to get like a denim look. And you're going to need a pair of jeans. Now, preferably an old pair of jeans that's worn, that's got a lot of sort of like grain texture in them. These were the only ones I could find. When I did the bike originally, I had some real like, they were just really old, which gives you that more sort of like grain in the actual denim where it's worn. If you can get a worn pair, they work better. Cut yourself some strips off. I've got some small strips with like the hem piece in. I've got a long piece here with the joining part in on the inside leg. So I've got a long piece like that. A couple of bits of that will do. I'll give you a little pan round and show you the bit I've done. Now we're going over a white base. It's better if you go over a white base because then you can see the sort of texture pattern. When you pull the denim away, you can see that little grain and texture in the frame. So I'll give you a little look. See the little texture grain in here, and then you start to add the darks, and then it pulls away on the lights. We're going to add a lot more to this, but that was just like a first pass. Dust it over, sort of wet, and then press your jeans on it, pull them away, and it gives you that texture on the frame. So we're going to work that style all through the frame, and then I'll go in and just do dark fades on the welds coming round. We'll start, you basically just got to keep working it and working it and working it until you get the effect that you're after. It's going to take a bit of time, and then we've got to put all the stitching into the frame as well, and you're going to use a real small artist brush. And when you look at jean stitching, it's usually like an orange colour, which just sort of makes it pop. So we're going to drop all the texture in first. I'm going to stick it on a time lapse, get all these textures in this frame so it's looking like this. It gives that denim look. Go all through the frame. We've got a zip to do at the front where you've got the Specialized logo at the front there. I'm going to do a zip that goes half and half, as though you're looking through into a t-shirt with an S on it like Superman, and we'll do that in white, and we'll do the zip coming opened up. We've got the little press studs you get on the jean pockets to do. We'll dot them around the frame. So enjoy the video, enjoy this time lapse. I'll talk you through each stage because we've got logos to put on down the frame. and do the stitching on those. So grab yourself a drink. It's going to be a long one, guys. I'll see you in a bit. We've got the denim effect down and it looks really cool. It really does look cool. I'll give you a little pan round, you'll see this frame. You've got the textures of the denim in the top, you see that there? Like you get on the jeans. Going down, all the textures. Coming up, and now I'm starting to add like the little frayed pieces in the jeans. Drop them in. We'll have the zip piece at the front just in here, coming up in there. Then you've got the textures coming down this frame here, going round and all round. So we've got the stitching to do, textures, the logos, and once the stitching goes in and the frayed pieces like this start putting the frayed edges in and the highlights, it will really pop, guys. So I'll stick it back on the tripod and we'll crack on with the denim frame. I may have missed a bit on the time lapse. I've gone round and put the stitching in, so I'll give you a look at that. And I'll put the first specialised logo in that's stitched in, and I think it looks, it's come out really cool. I'll give you a little pan round. So we've got like the stitching in round here. So we've got the orange over, and then there's the specialised logo that's been stitched. So you've got all your little stitching going round, and then you've got like your embroidered specialised in the frame there. You've got your little frayed pieces coming out of cotton. So it's just all these little intricate pieces putting on. So we're going to do that one the opposite side. Now how I did that was, because you've got a white base coat, you can go in with the scalpel and you can put your real sharp highlights in and just knock the blue paint back and just manipulate the paint. You've not always got to use an airbrush. So I started off with just placing that on, dust a bit of the blue around the outside just to make that pop forward a bit and darken the edge off, and then went in with a red mix, sprayed over. It bled through, but it looks kind of cool, like it's aged it. Pulled the mask off and then went in with the scalpel and then done half moon and scratched just do half moons on all the way around to give you that three-dimensional look on the lettering. Then went in with some red and then just sort of drop shadowed round the letters, and then went back in with the scalpel and just put a highlight on top. To do the stitching nice and simple, you're just doing a scratch line and then get your Posca paint pen and you do a dot, a tiny dot either side, and it looks like it's a little hole on the stitching going round. So a little bit time consuming, but it's an easy technique to do. So we've got another one of these to do that side. We've got the P1 logos to do. There's going to be one in here. So I'll drop one of these in next and we'll just press on and get this frame done. I reckon another hour. We've got the front piece to do, the zip. Another hour, 2 hours on this, and then this will be sort of ready to clear coat. So I'll see you in the next step. P1 logo, I've done it just a little bit different. Same sort of idea as this, but I've done it like that. So it looks like it's a patch that's got a frayed edge and then your embroidered P1 in the top. So that just blends in to the denim frame. So nice and simple again, just laid the stencil on, sprayed round it, get your scalpel and just doing really fine little highlights into the white. So you're knocking the blue paint off really, really carefully and just creating that texture as though it's a patch. So really effective. It's coming on, guys, so press on. See you in a bit. Guys, I didn't capture everything in the time lapses. It would have been way too long to get this finished. But I've got it done. I've got the zipping on the front. All the logos are in, the textures are in. And I'm going to call this one done on this. I could spend more and more hours and hours and hours, but it looks like denim. I think it looks really cool. I'll pan around and give you a little look. The zip to the front. As you can see there, you've got all your stitching in. Come down to the P1 logo, that's all got a frayed edge with like the embroidery in. Denim textures coming down. Then you've got your orange stitching on the welds going round, so that goes on all the welds all the way around. You've got the Specialized logo stitched in there. And then you've got the Specialized logo down here that's stitched in with all the intricate stitching going round. Back round to the front. the zip this side coming up. We've got the P1 again in there with the denim textures coming down. I've got my logo in here. More denim textures coming down here, and then you've got your embroidered light specialist in the logo with all the stitching around the outside again. Denim textures in the frayed bits. You've got all your little frayed pieces in here coming round. You've got your frayed edges in the back of the frame there, and then the denim textures going through, and the orange stitching on the welds, little rivet things you get. So that's it. It's all ready for clear coat. And then once I get the forks and the bars, once they get delivered, we can put the textures into the forks, the bars, and then we can drop the copper colours into the seat tube, the rear brakes and things like that, and on the actual crank. That's the end of the video today, guys. We've got the denim frame complete. That's all good for clear coat. And I just wanted to show you the Sun Tour forks that took a tour around my garden yesterday, because they are absolute pony. Don't buy them, guys, for your bike. They're no good. And that is what happened to them. They hit the wall twice, that bit broke, the bottom bit snapped off, and it stoved all the backing. So the best place for them is the bin. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification so you don't miss out on any more upcoming videos. Drop me comments, guys. I'll get straight back to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.